Get prepared for an adjustment.
I would like an adjustment.
In your attitude. Hello, everybody. This is it.
I never know when you're starting.
We're all done. Another year in the books, Rob. Looking back.
I know it
what do you
seems
think?
like the threat from Monday about not being able to take next week off next year if our goals weren't met, and then having it met today seems like we should have just been able to close the office starting today.
Was that actually brought up? I wasn't in the Monday meeting. Was that a thing that was brought up?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay.
My response email was, okay, I'll see y'all January 2nd.
Was it like it was a serious email, though? Like
No. Well,
okay.
The email, we made the goal, so it
right.
was good. But the sales team did a good job and came through.
There was a little bit of a threat going on there.
That's a kudos to the sales
Good job, sales team that we work with. Nice going. Now, if you could get out there and sell this podcast a little bit, that'd be even better.
Maybe Adam and the Live Crew should sponsor our podcast.
Hey, Liv, you wanna? Write us a check. It's as simple as that.
We'll make sure that we talk about whiskey
Yep.
that you have.
We say lots.
That Maker's Mark was really good.
It was delicious. Live Lucky is what they called it,
Yeah,
I believe.
If you guys, you should go out to the courtyard and have some, or I think maybe any Live property.
Any Live property will have that. I mean, we don't worry, Liv. We'll give you plenty of freebies. We do it with lots of businesses that we like for sure. So,
are you insinuating that we don't like Live? I mean,
we do. We do like
very
Liv.
nice to us.
They were wonderful, and it was really.
They're probably having happy hour again today. Maybe we should go over there.
Oh man, they do. They start theirs at what time? It was 4. They did theirs,
4,
right?
I think, yeah.
We could crash it again.
I might be drunk by 4.
We did it well. We were kind of invited. Anyway, looking back, 2023.
Well, I don't know. We were kind of entertaining. They might like to have us back.
I think so. I mean, it was fun to. That's what. For this was the first year, really. 2023, I think I felt legitimately like welcomed in the whiskey community. Okay? You know what I mean?
I've never really cared if I was welcomed or not. I just showed up.
But I think we met even more people that are into this.
We've had some interesting people on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
New people.
Right. I mean, one of the fun highlights we had was Sheila from Sazerac, who was on, that brought up that
she needs to come on again here after the holidays are over.
That brought up that whiskey from India when it was first introduced into South Dakota. There was 4 expressions of it. John Paul. Yeah. And it was better than I thought it was going to be for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
It was our first dive into Indian whiskey, and it was good.
Yeah, and you can get it anywhere around here now. You can try it down at the Windsor first before you buy a bottle.
Well, I think she had to steal the bottles back from.
She did. She had to take them. She didn't get to leave them with us, which is fine. I also learned at Windsor you can buy 1 ounce pours. You don't have to take 2 ounce. I know to you that's a total
that's sacrilege.
Right?
Who would she? Why?
Because you can drink more. You can get more.
It's still the same
tastes.
amount.
They charge the same amount? I've never
looked.
I was going to say, I've never looked at the
1 ounce
bill.
pours. It's the same as 1 2 ounce pour. The
But
math is still the same.
I can have 2 1 ounce pours of 2 different things instead of 2 2 ounce pours. Where now I'm pushing my limit of how the night's going to go. Right?
Yeah. What if you like the 1 2 ounce pour?
Then you can have another 1 ounce pour of it and just keep the party going.
You know, I've never heard of this before, but I was out with the Hornicks here a while back.
Okay.
We were over at one of the local breweries. And they go, oh, do you want like just a half pour? I'm like, what the fuck is a half pour? Either you're going to drink it or you're not going to drink. Just drink it. Just get the pour and let's go.
God, that sums you up so well right there.
Get her done. Larry the Cable Guy. Just get her done. Even though he's in Nebraska.
You know what else happened in 2023 that didn't really pan out for us, Rob? The more I think about this.
The fact that we got called influencers
yes.
and never got any stuff.
That was the one right there. We were called
cask and cork.
We were called influencers.
Crap is that?
By 2 guys that we like. Well, I don't know if we do
used to.
anymore. We used to like them.
I just was flipping through the Facebook page trying to remember what happened in the last year and saw that.
And then you remembered
God.
Yeah. He called us an influencer, and then said they had a brand new whiskey that's coming through, and these guys wanted like local people in the whiskey scene to kind of talk about it a little bit. And then we never heard back from him.
Never heard from him again.
So he built us up, called us the I word, and then
it turns out we're not the Kardashians.
we are not. I don't even think
Maybe
we're.
Paris Hilton.
Are we?
She was out there. She was out there for a long time doing things in the dark, and then you never heard from her.
We're not doing things in the dark, Rob. You and I are not going to do that.
If anybody's doing anything with me, it's probably going to be in the dark.
Oh boy. Look at us. Look at us getting started this hot already, knowing that we've got to do 4 more episodes of our advent calendar when we're done here too.
That's a good thing Becky doesn't listen.
Oh, I should text her right now. Becky, this is a podcast. This is the one you got to listen to. All right. So yeah, that was funny. And it was, I don't even remember. Oh, the whiskey was, what was it? 509? What was that?
I don't remember.
I see it in the stores right now.
You lost me at influencer. I quit.
Well, we laughed internally about that quite a bit.
You got a T-shirt
I
made.
did.
What are you talking about? I'm an influencer.
No,
whatever.
no. It just says influencer.
Oh, okay.
All right. I didn't go big with it. I just influencer is what I am. Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's see. Oh, I brought back 2 of your favorite spirits from the Netherlands when I was there. In 2023,
what was the other one?
That Belgian Owl. No, you didn't like either one of them. The Belgian Owl, like we talked about, was considered one of the 5th best whiskeys in the world. It had won some big prestigious award when I brought it over. Yeah, I should bring that back in and have you try it again, though, because I think that's going to be our new thing in 2024. We've got to revisit the ones that we were just kind of on the fence about.
We've been through most of the ones we can get here readily. Maybe we should go back and try something.
Yeah, I think we should. I should bring some of those back in that you were on the fence about. So I'll bring in the Twisted Tea whiskey.
The candy corn.
I'll bring in the candy corn whiskey. What else did you want to grab onto there? Anything else that you want to try again?
I went through all year. A lot of them didn't have names on them, so I don't remember.
Yeah, we're going to do a better job in 2024 of keeping track of the things we talk about too. So when we do our recaps, yeah. we know what we're mentioning.
Most of our audience is just as forgetful or
yeah, that's true. Well, I know one cool whiskey that we got that it was okay. Got excited for was Eric Church's Gypsy.
Expensive, yeah.
It was a $200 bottle that we purchased online. That Eric Church was co-founder of the distillery, I guess, that it's coming from, and it's called Gypsy. It was okay. Again,
is that here still?
Yeah, you still have it in your office. We had it when we had Troy on the podcast. We brought it in for him to try, and he was also of the it's interesting take. Well, Adam from I think Liv said the same thing. Didn't you bring that bottle in there too for him to try, or did we not have that one in there? I don't remember at this point. But yeah, I got to go back and try that one again too, because I don't think we've had it since the first day we podcasted.
I liked the Eric Church
about it.
Jack Daniel's single barrel better.
That was so good. Well, and we had a great single barrel from Loud American, our venue in Sturgis this year. Was that last year's?
That was last year's.
But it was it? I thought it was okay. Yeah. Damn it, we didn't have one this year then. From
we have not picked a new one. Well, it was last year. I mean, I think we picked it.
Yeah.
It showed up like about 18 months ago.
Have you heard any more about that?
No.
I keep hearing promises. I keep hearing snippets of, hey, we're going to send Rob and Mark down to Nashville to do this.
I don't know what's going on there.
Well, you know these guys better than I do, so maybe
I've asked. They're hemming and hawing.
Damn it! I want to go do that so bad. I think in 2024 too, we're going to try to get to the
Ohio State University.
No, the Whiskey Festival.
Yeah,
one of the 4 or 5 big ones that they do: Chicago, New York, L.A. They do one down in Hollywood, Florida. It's the reason why we have to call ours Mountain West Whiskey Fest. We can't call it Mountain West. No, we can't call it Mountain West Whiskey Fest because Whiskey Fest is trademarked by the big one that happens all over the country.
Is that how it goes?
Yep. So we had to do ours as Mountain West Whiskey Festival, which, of course, is still coming up.
It sounds more grown up.
I went
Whiskey Fest sounds like kids are going.
Does it?
Kind
The
of.
kids going
Like
to the
beer
Whiskey
fest.
Yeah.
Kids are going to
they're
beer
kids.
fest. Men are going
Sure.
to the Mountain West Whiskey Festival.
There was I was at a Christmas party, and there was a woman that was there whose husband apparently wasn't feeling very good, but he wanted to talk to me about whiskey because he'd actually listened to the podcast, right? So he wanted to have a little discussion. Thank God he wasn't feeling good because I don't know. I mean, if he thought I was an expert in anything, well, he was going to be sadly mistaken. So, but
You should have invited the entertaining one along to the Christmas party. We could have had a good time.
oh my God, I was there, Rob.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I saw.
his wife said, "I didn't realize. Have you heard of this whiskey festival that's done in Rapid City?" I'm like, well, if your husband listens to the podcast, he definitely should know. But apparently she didn't know that this was a thing. And she's like, oh my God. In her defense, she's from Pierre. Okay.
Yeah, we've been to that whiskey festival.
Yeah.
That was more of a whiskey fest.
That was more of a whiskey. I don't even think you get the rest of the word in there. Maybe they'll try harder next year. I don't know. That was one of the letdowns.
I'll never know.
From because you're not going to go. All right.
It was expensive for
It
what
was.
it was.
I mean, we had to get hotel, gas money, the tickets to it, and then it was kind of a
and then what,
letdown.
did we get 10 samples? I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It was
Why didn't they reach out to us? Why didn't they say, "Hey, you guys
Because
do
they're
this
from Pierre.
really cool festival"?
Everybody East River, the world drops off at the river for them.
It must.
They don't know what's going on out west. Yeah.
But anyway, this woman had said she's super excited for it, and she goes, "I'm going to bring down." She goes, "My husband's mad because when I looked into it, the platinum tickets are gone." I said, "Well, the VIP's still available. You should grab those for sure." But she says, we're going to bring down a bunch of people from Pierre to this thing because we'd never heard about it before."
Oh, that's
So
nice.
yeah, so hopefully they're gonna. If you're listening,
they understand that the bridge out of town comes west.
right? It does, and it comes to a prettier part of our state.
Right.
So come down to Whiskey Festival. Tickets are on sale. MountainWestWhiskeyFestival.com. Again, platinums are sold out, but you can still get VIP.
I'm trying to work a deal there.
What do you mean?
Well, there's been talk, very short talks about expanding the platinum room and bringing it down into the other bar.
Even this year.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that if that comes to fruition, we might be able to open up
Release a few more
tickets.
Ooh, that just made a lot of people very happy if that's going to be the
That
case.
hasn't happened yet. Negotiations have not been decided. But I got
Negotiations are ongoing. Is that what you would say? Okay.
Well, and I didn't. John was texting me on Saturday, and I didn't want to deal with it on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's feasible. It'll give us a lot more room, and we'd have to figure out the booze side of it because we'd need a little more, maybe.
Right. We have no inkling yet of anything, do we?
John told me that he had the list from Republic, and I asked him to send that to me, but I haven't seen it yet. And we met with Johnson Brothers, and they were going to talk. They didn't think they'd have an answer from Sioux Falls till after the first of the year because everybody's doing year-end stuff.
This is agonizing to wait for
I'm
this.
still trying to. I'm going to wade back in with Arnett after the first of the year because he seemed interested, and we just need fill some paperwork out to make that happen. I think.
Well, it's all coming together nicely.
Pay a
But
little fee, but hopefully that happens. I can't promise anything there either, but
okay, I'm excited. I really, really am. And can we talk about the other one?
what's
Or
the
no?
other one? Oh, I don't think so.
Ah, damn it! This is 2 podcasts in a row now. I brought it up and we can't say anything.
We had a meeting with them, and they were checking on dates.
All right.
And I'm sure they're knee deep in
Yeah.
Christmas parties 6 days a week. So I don't.
Okay. So
I haven't
we
heard back.
probably will in a couple of weeks. Well, maybe mid-January. We'll have more
Well, we're gonna have to because if we're gonna do it, we're gonna have to put tickets on sale.
big news on the spirits front, right?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It should be. Okay. Well, we were really happy to get to the end of this year.
Well, Yeah.
What?
Did you have a favorite? I went back and looked at a lot of those we did. Did you have one that we tried at one thing or another that stuck out?
I didn't have a single thing that stuck out this year. Had some really good. Well, we had a couple of cool instances where we'd go down to the Windsor and Justin would take us upstairs and pour something. We had Liv, that guy that Donnie that took us upstairs,
Donnie, yeah.
and shared what he had. So in that sense, yeah, I got to drink some pretty amazing whiskeys this year, but just because of the community that we've kind of
it's all
gotten to be a part of.
Certainly about the people.
Right. But I didn't come across anything that I was, just like, whoa, this is the best thing I've ever had. Why don't we have it here sort of a deal, I guess, right?
Well, I've got a couple that I...
Well, I want to hear them.
Well, I went back and looked, and we compared the 2 Jack 10s and the Jack 12 this year.
All right, hold on.
That seems like it was forever ago, and it was...
That was just this year, wasn't it?
It was like March. And I don't go to those bottles very often because they're...
Forgot all about those.
Because they're dwindling.
Yeah.
And I know that there's some folks that I would like to share them with before they're gone. That 1973 bottle of Jack at the Jack Daniel's tasting was absolutely gorgeous.
It was a bottle of Jack Black, the old number 7, that was bottled in 1973. And Brian, the guy that was up there, said, you might as well open it because it has no value to me because of
something on the seal.
The seal was cracked.
Yeah.
The tape on the seal, literally this tape part right here, was damaged somehow. So he goes, open it. We're like, that's a 50-year-old bottle of number 7 right there.
90 proof.
How good could it be?
It was.
How good was it, Rob?
I'm biased to begin with, but
right.
It was absolutely amazing.
It was sweeter and even smoother.
And higher proof.
For sure. So they always say that whiskey doesn't age anymore once it's in the bottle. Once it's in the bottle, it's done. That's your finished product. But still, after 50 years, a change has to happen in there somehow, right? I mean, just time itself is going to do something to it.
I think something would happen, but I can't believe how good it was.
Yeah, it was.
And I feel bad talking about it because 99% of the people listening
are never going to get that chance.
But if you do get a chance, you should.
Yeah. Crack the seal on it if you know anybody with a 50-year-old bottle of it, because
you might want to ask them first. They might be upset if you
what is it? You ask forgiveness later? Isn't that the old saying?
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yep, exactly. Okay, you're right. That's one I totally forgot.
Staying in that same vein, I loved Arnett's Expressions, the bourbon and the 3 wood and the different finishes
from Company Distilling. Yep.
Hard to get here. Obviously, you can order them, but they're good. I had several bottles delivered here recently that I continue to enjoy. I liked almost nothing that you brought in.
Wow. All right. Happy New Year to me, I guess. Very good. I only travel halfway across the globe to bring them back to you, Rob.
You bring back better. I mean, for crying out loud,
5th best whiskey in the world, Rob.
Chris Hornick brought back better stuff, and
it was a Jack Daniel's.
It was the single malt, and it was delicious.
That's one of the rare Jack Daniel's misses for me, right there.
Yeah.
The twice barreled rye,
that was good.
Yeah, was really good.
Maybe Jack Daniels should write us a check.
You really should, Jack.
Slobbering all over him.
Okay, because you have been since we started this podcast, and we haven't received anything yet from Jack. Well, I did.
We get a fair amount of free Jack Daniels.
We do, and I did get kind of treated like a rock star when I went down there to tour the distillery too.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I got the full package when I went down there. Anyway, aside from that, Jack,
it was Mike's package, so it wasn't that
big. He's not listening. All right,
he might.
So it was fun though to wrap up 2023. I think with a brand new lineup to come into Rapid City, which I know we had heard about. I don't think we ever talked about it. Probably just read about it.
It's been a
big deal.
A lot of hubbub around it.
Yeah,
and now it's here.
It's we're of course referencing Smoke Wagon.
Well, I don't know. of course seems
Well, I don't know.
presumptuous.
Of course, if it's won this many awards, everybody's talking about it this much. It must be, of course.
Of course, we were talking about Smoke Wagon. Like, no, we're just talking
All
about
right.
Smoke Wagon.
Good God. This is Nevada.
Thought you were bad at math. Grammar's not a real strong suit for you either.
This is Nevada Distilling. I'm just going to carry on, pretend like Rob's not even over there. Nevada Agency Distilling
what
Company.
everybody else is doing.
This is a Vegas product. This is an MGP product, right? But
I will admit that turned me off a little because when I got on the website, they talked about distilling and building the distillery, and I can only assume that they must be distilling vodka or gin or something on their own. So
they are.
When I find out that the whiskey is a sourced product, it kind of turned me off a little. That being said, this is pretty good.
This is the uncut, unfiltered straight bourbon whiskey. They have the uncut, unfiltered. They have the small batch. They have the rye. They have the young.
Have the young uncut, which
is that what it call? Is that what it's called? Young something.
That seems that's risky.
Which is like a 2 or 3 year old whiskey bourbon.
Usually you're cut by then.
God, why do you take it there? We're trying to be a family podcast.
We are not. Vegas tried that. It didn't work. I'm not doing it.
This is barrel strength, 57.66%.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
14, what is it, 114 proof?
115-ish.
115? No, it's initially, when it hits your tongue, it feels like it's gonna be like a Coy Hill almost. When it hit my tongue, I'm like, boy, that's so hot. And then it just totally mellows into this really, really good bourbon.
This is full-bodied,
Yes.
full-flavored.
Yeah, you couldn't describe it better.
It's a lot going on.
But none of it, not a bit of it's unpleasant either. None of it misses.
Be careful of the first sip.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, go to something 80 proof and get your palate ready because it's going to hit you pretty hard. My favorite thing, I love the bottle's beautiful. It's wine bottle shaped, but it's all got the raised etching in it, and then it's got
etching's not raised.
Well, whatever that is. What would you call that then? A relief? Is that called? Is that
I know
what that is
etching
then?
goes down.
Right. Shut up. Okay, you're right. But it's got a like a token in the middle, like a coin or something, a seal.
Why did you have to go there?
What do you mean?
Token?
A token. Oh, stop it. But it has Smoke Wagon is a term for the Colt 45. Is what they used to call it back in the old days. Well, if you go to Urban Dictionary, it's a whole other thing. Okay. So it's got a couple of crossed Colt 45s on it over the state of Nevada, and then HC, which is written on there, and then the Latin that's underneath it. So I looked it up because I'm like, well, I wonder what that means.
In your worldly travels, you didn't learn Latin?
I didn't learn Latin, but it's one of the coolest Latin phrases I've ever heard on a bottle of whiskey.
Dominus ominous.
It means drink for we shall die, which means
giving her all I got.
It means go ahead, enjoy it, drink the whiskey. You're gonna die anyway, so enjoy it.
Whiskey
well, whatever it is, whatever you like that is not good for you. Maybe
it's gonna dull the pain for sure.
Yeah. Drink for we shall die. What a great thing to put on there with those guns.
That might be my first tattoo.
Drink
for we shall die.
That's not bad. I don't think we're badass enough to have a tattoo like that, though, Rob.
Well, I wasn't, going to put it next to a teardrop on my face or anything. It's somewhere kind of discreet.
Like
across my forehead.
No, because I don't want people to be like, "Oh, you got a tattoo, Rob? Where is it?" And all of a sudden, the pants start unbuttoned. It's right here. Don't want that either, man.
Tramp stamp.
Don't want that either. Okay, so what are we looking forward to in 2024?
What am I looking forward to? Well, Caesars is having an allocated event here in a couple weeks.
Well, you're going. Okay.
I'll be out of town. Which
you won't be here.
Bad
sure.
about. Go big, go blue, go Jackson.
Oh, stop it.
Timmons is having one here before Christmas.
Yeah. As of recording this podcast, it will be 2 days from now.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for that this Friday night. Can't wait.
As far as whiskeys go, I'm really hoping that you don't find the Dorito flavored whiskey.
Nope, already on it. Too late. It's going to be on the way, pal.
Son of a
Yep,
bitch.
it's going to be on the
I
way.
wouldn't have sent anything.
Oh, it's not like I forgot. Okay.
Well, I'm sure there's 3 other people in the office that I think brought it to you about the time I sent it.
Easily.
I was just surprised you opened the link since I think it was a Fox News link.
I don't care. If it's got whiskey in there, I'll read it.
I'd like to try more stuff that isn't readily available around here. But, that's wishing in one hand, I think.
Right.
Looking forward to more of the Smoke Wagon here in a minute. I don't know if I'm looking forward to the rest of the Advent calendar here in a minute or not, but the palate should be warmed up.
It's going to be. You're going to be ready to go for that, buddy. All right. Yeah, I just want, I'm just 2024. I'd like it to keep growing in that community that we've kind of got involved with a little bit. I've really enjoyed meeting a lot of these people that are a part of it, and I'm such an introvert.
Peace on earth.
I don't, whatever. Whiskey helps, though. Whiskey really helps.
I do have a shirt that says that.
So yeah, I'm excited for.
Got me in a fight once.
I got to assume that Jack is going to be coming out with something again this year.
Well, there were, somebody asked the other day on one of the forums about a Jack 15, and I saw that there was a label or a bottle out there on some of these online stores, but of course they were quote unquote sold out.
Right.
In my head, I think since I couldn't find any Jack Daniel's news to back it up, I mean, if they've got the prototype of the bottle and that they must be doing something.
Yeah.
But the price tag, at least on the online store, scared me a little.
What did they have it for? What did they say?
It was like $400.
Ooh. Would you pay it though? Let's say there was a Jack 15, and you knew it was going to be impossible to get.
I bet Home Slice would pay it. Like, Taryn, I know this goes over the limit about what I need to ask permission for, but we're just going to ignore this.
We're going to go for it. All right.
That was online. I mean, that was,
right. Of course.
They've got the Coy Hill and the 10 and the whatever for $200 or $300, so it's all online bullshit.
That's true. All right.
But maybe I might need 2.
Oh my God. I mean, you talk about all of you guys are like, oh yeah, I got a couple.
Well, I haven't started paying off college school loans.
I haven't. And then I'm like, well, how do you get these, Rob? But you know what? My mantra going into 2024, this is how we can wrap this up, is something that you have been saying for the past
it's not what
year.
You know, it's who you know.
No, the other one.
Mark is stupid.
No, that's not that one.
Oh.
Always say
always say yes. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm going into the whiskey world of 2024.
It's killing me because when that Eagle Rare came in on the Timmins pick and you only took 1 bottle, I should have just taken the other ones. Like, yeah, I'll get them to Mark. Here you go. Here's the cash. Like, what? That was dumb. That might have been the only time I didn't.
Want to screw me over? Was that the one?
I didn't say no, but I should have just went, I'll take them. Yeah, I'll get them to him.
Okay. Well,
I thought of another one.
What?
That Yellowstone Timmins pick.
Ooh, the toast? Or the Timmins pick?
The Timmins pick.
Okay.
Was the cat's ass. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really, really good too. And their Paragon.
And the Paragon.
All right.
Timmins got some good picks.
Liver, bear with us as we head into 2024.
It's looking brighter every day.
And just remember, always say yes.